thought I would test out this new live, so we'll see how it works, whether it works. It's always interesting to know how this stuff and this technology kind of kicks in. But we're talking this morning about how to make money with a tiny or small audience. If you've not got thousands of followers, you haven't got 1 million views on all your content, what do you actually do to get success? And I meet a lot of people who have great ideas, great businesses. They want to make money. They see this huge opportunity that social media could be, and then go, yeah, but I need more followers first, or I need more engagement first. Actually, if you look at some of my socials outside of my LinkedIn account, which is the primary one, you'd go, ugh, I think there's other people got bigger socials than that. Yeah, I make money from my socials, my YouTube account, and I don't go viral. I don't get 100,000 views on every YouTube video I do. They bring me money. My podcast has only charted once, but it has made me $8,000 a month. Why? Because I'm using my socials, I'm using all of these assets as ways to get people to buy into me. You see, we think that we need thousands and thousands and thousands of followers to actually get leads and clients. It's not true. It's what happens is, when you start to pursue that growth, you start to go, what will get me the most engagement? What will get me the most follower growth? But is that really the right answer? Because if you want people to buy into you, you have to get people to bend to your way of thinking. You have to get people to start going, no, I'm going to change the way Dean works. And the only person who can help me get more results like Dean is Dean. And when we try and chase growth, we often try to optimize and do what works. And it sounds really logical, do what works. We look at what other people are doing and try and make our version of it. We look at what gets viral engagement. But take a look at any of the viral posts. There's two things in common. Viral posts that you see are usually funny things or entertaining content, and they are usually content where when you look in the comments, it's all non-customers, other people who do exactly the same thing. The content that you want to create, if you've got a tiny audience and you want to convert from it, they've got to buy into you, your way of thinking, your ideas, the beliefs and opinions you stand for, the values you stand for, and you've got to basically teach people your way, your methodology, your approach to solving these challenges that they face. And so for us to make money doing this stuff, we've actually got to resonate. Now, you can resonate in lots of different ways. You can resonate by, cute puppies. Oh, so cute. That's a kind of form of resonation, a connection. They like the video. It does something for them. It makes them feel something. You can resonate that on a broad level, but when you resonate on a broad level, it usually doesn't lead anywhere. So if you do an amazing, funny video, people will appreciate the funny video, but it doesn't move people anywhere else. It just goes, you do great, funny videos. That's true of things like tactical, how-to information too. You could give people a massive, amazing breakdown of how something works, and they go, wow, that's brilliant. Dean's given me something really good there. I can use that. But it hasn't moved them any closer to going, do you know what? If I work with this person, that could probably be the thing that would change this situation. And so if you want to make money with a small audience, you have to do the absolute opposite of what influencers are telling you to do. What the grow on LinkedIn people doing, the grow on Instagram, the grow on YouTube, you have to do the opposite. Because what they're teaching you, and I'll just say it this way, it's not wrong, but what they're teaching you is to become a creator. And creators make their money in a very different way. Creators make their money by getting paid to post things. Creators make their money by being sponsored to post things. Creators make their money by showing you a new cool tool and saying there's a 20% discount off, click the link in the comments. Why? Because that link, they get a cut of every sale. There are some creators who sell their courses, and that's a minority, but you'll find that all of those creators who sell their own courses actually use paid ads. A ton of them will use paid ads. Why do they need to use paid ads to sell their courses if they've got 150, 200, 500,000 followers? One of the big creators on LinkedIn, I find it amusing, tells people he makes 10 million a year from his LinkedIn. And if you want to be like him, you can buy his $6,000 course or whatever. But he runs Facebook ads non-stop when he's doing an intake. Why does he need Facebook ads when he's got 1 million followers and he's got 10 million a year coming in from his LinkedIn? Does not make sense, unless maybe he couldn't fill his intake from his LinkedIn. So what often happens is the following, the engagement, becomes social proof to sell something. It's not the thing that sells. It's not the fact often that they've got thousands or millions of followers that drives the sale. It is for some very, 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 very well established, but the most creators are selling with ads and email lists. So if you've got a tiny audience, I'm going to give you some advice so that you can make money quickly and efficiently and not get stuck in this loop of going more followers, more followers, more followers, and hoping one day it will all just flip over and somehow magically work. Here it is. Focus on one problem you can solve for one audience. I call this the 5 whys. Then what you're going to do is build one offer, or you've already got it, maybe one service for that person, that group, that persona. Not 10 personas, one persona. Then you're going to write and build up your messaging, which will build your landing page, your profile. It will build your content strategy, and then do one process to do it. So for an example, I do a lot of lives. And we worked out, and I put it in my email the other day, $27,000 I make from a live on LinkedIn. I'm going to be doing more lives across all my channels, but $27,000. Now, is that $27,000 because I do one live? No, it's $27,000 per live because I do lives regularly. So that's one way. Newsletter is another way you can make money. You can just post content and make money. You can do outreach, different types of outreach. I prefer the really sniper, hyper targeted. It returns better results. You can do any of these, but you need to master one of them. Now, you're not going to go viral. You're not going to get millions of followers, but you'll make money. Which would you rather have? Would you rather be making $20,000 a month with 1,000 followers, or spend the next year trying to figure out the secret sauce to get to 10,000 followers and hope it works, hope it converts better? So that 5 whys is foundational to being able to make money with a small audience. The broader you go, the more messy your message is, the less offers you can sell, the less your services will be relevant. So in fact, if you had an audience of, say, 500 lawyers, and you had a product or service could help lawyers, you would probably make more money than having 10,000 broader audience. So I tell people this all the time. Often they struggle to believe it because our human minds are wired to go, we must need more. Our human brain is wired that volume, more people, more followers, more engagement equals money. And it isn't true. There are many people with large followings struggling to make money. And Goldman Sachs did the work on this, and they discovered that only 4% of content creators, 4%, make more than $100,000 per year. The average, two different studies here, but the average according to Goldman Sachs' study was 96% of content creators make less than or equal to or less than $50,000 a year. 96% of content creators. Another study, I forget the name, but message me, I can send you the link, said that the average content creator makes $15,000 a year. So just literally going full time, growing an audience and trying to operate a content creator model isn't necessarily the easiest path to money. In fact, another study said that business owners, people who actually have a business and just use social media to market it, actually make more money on average than content creators. So it's an interesting and mixed picture, and I get it. I want more followers. I want more engagement. Why? Because I want to have that validation. I want to have that feeling that my ideas and my thoughts are going further. Of course I do. Of course you do. But sometimes what we have to do is actually restrain ourselves, because the thing that makes us money is not directly connected to the thing that gives us validation. And I'm quite happy to go, do you know what? I'm making great money. If I grow, I grow. If I don't, I don't. Now, I want to grow. I'm investing time and money in growing, but I'd rather make money. So how do you make money with a small audience? The 5 1s. One problem, one audience, one offer, one message, one process. Master that and you'll grow with a small audience. If you like this video, please do let me know. Give me your comments, give me your feedback. This is a new kind of setup for me. I used to do these all the time. I'm going to do them more, but I just want to try this out and see how it goes. But believe me, you can make a lot of money with a small audience, and you should start doing that so that you actually start making the money you should be making from social.